Hey guys, so grazie mille. Welcome back to the channel. And I just posted a video. I don't know when I posted. Maybe yesterday. Maybe I posted it today. I don't know. But wanted to talk about something that I've seen other people who do expat videos, especially for ones from Italy, talk about. Nobody's asked me this, but racism in Italy, right? Racism in Italy. So I see a lot of people talk about racism in Italy. Now, one thing I got to say, a lot of people that I've seen talking are up north. They're in the big cities. They're talking. They talking about racism on this in the big cities. I haven't seen anybody in a small town like me in the south. You know what I mean? I haven't seen any videos actually from somebody in the south, but the people up north are talking about racism. Well, people in Italy. Forget about South and North and all that. Just expat in Italy, all right? It's mostly females. I haven't seen any males talking about that. I don't know. But I've been watching them. There was one girl, I don't know why she turned her comments off. I guess, I don't know, whatever. But, and then a lot of them from the UK, people from the UK. So me personally, I'm gonna talk about me personally. All right, me personally. Now I'm Dominican, right? Born in Dominican Republic. You can see me. I'm light skinned. That's not color grading. I'm light skinned. My dad's dark skinned. My mom is light skinned. But my mom's black features. My grandfather's black. My grandmother's dark skin. You know how Dominicans we're mixed. We're a mix of African and European and indigenous, right? So that's what we are. I had to give you that quick history brief. And that's me. You know, you see me here, right? So I've been going around here everywhere. I haven't experienced any problem with anyone. I've seen people from all shades down here. All shades. I haven't seen anyone been treated any different than anybody else. If they're not going to help you with something, they're not going to help you. I've seen people not help somebody who's white the same way they help somebody who's not white. The same way. I've seen them help somebody who's white the same way they help somebody who's not white. I've seen them chill and laugh with somebody who's white the same way I've seen them chill with somebody who's not white. So I haven't seen it. And I've been to certain places. I've been far from my house. I've, traveled a little bit out here in the South. And I just haven't seen it anywhere. Maybe just haven't been in a situation. Maybe they have said something and I just don't know it. I think what you see more instead, I wouldn't say racism, and I think they're confusing racism with classism. And that happens a lot in a lot of other countries. In Dominican Republic, my country, South America, you see it a lot. I mean, it's not the only place I think that I've seen from all the countries I traveled that is obsessed with skin color is America. That's the only country I've seen. That's really where skin color is that's what we're going with. Skin color. Oh, that's why, it's because of skin color. No. All the countries, classism. It's this guy got money, this guy doesn't. This girl got money, comes from a rich family, this girl doesn't. That's who I've seen them personally. I've seen them treat people of all different colors. I've seen them treat a white kid who was poor horrible, just shoo him away. And then there's a kid who's dark-skinned, black, but he comes from money. His family's known. Dad's was a doctor or lawyer or something like that. I don't know what it was. And they were fine. Oh, Mr. This, Mr. That, come here, whatever. So it's classism. A lot more than that. Yeah, I'm sure they have their racism. There's racism everywhere. Don't think that it's only in one place. It's everywhere, okay? But it's not like we think about it in the States, where we're like, ah, he said something. Oh my God, you know what I mean? No, it's at least from what I've experienced, it's not. I've been helped personally. You know what I'm saying? My wife, she's dark skinned. They help her. Man, she's got friends everywhere she goes. We haven't experienced yet any racism or anything like that. And I'm gonna tell you it's classism. I'm gonna tell you classism and like social status. They think Americans have money. I don't know. As here in the South, they're like, oh, they're American. They must have money. Let's help them. They see where I work, and they're like, oh, And I'm not gonna say that they're bad people. That's just the way I know, because I was raised in a society like I'm from a society like that in Dominican Republic. We're like that too. This person is this. We do it in the States too, but we disguise it with other words. Let's not beat around the bush. But I haven't experienced anything. I haven't experienced some craziness. I know some people wanting to hear that. I haven't. Now, check this out. So there in Foggia, if you go to Foggia, right, you'll see a mix. You'll see a lot of black folks from Africa. You'll see a lot of black folks from all different places, right? You'll see Indian, everything, Pakistanis, all over the place. They have stores. Over there, that's where I get my food, because there's some things I can't get here because they don't have them, plátanos and things like that we eat, like Latin foods, ingredients. I get them from them because we have similar dishes, so I have to get my stuff from them. Which reminds me, I'm gonna go for a plátano run today. But they live kind of together there, and there's Italians obviously that live there too. They all speak Italian. One thing I think they do is they will treat a person who immigrates from Africa, right? Who doesn't have money. Let's say a person who doesn't have money who immigrates from Africa, way different than they treat a black person who comes from the United States. That black person from the United States is gonna get treated like a lot better. They gonna get everything. Yes, sir. From the United States, because they see the United States as some place that's so developed and they got money. And then when they think of that person from Africa, they're thinking of the, like they're poor. They come from a little village or whatever. That's not always the case. I've met Africans that got money. Okay, they're very well off. A lot. But a lot of the ones that migrate are just people coming for a better life, whatever. They come to Italy. They want to go to Europe. They want to do this for their family and things like that. But they may see them like that because of their, and that's it everywhere. If they know that you came from some poor country in Europe, they're gonna treat you like a poor person that comes from, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell, and that's the same everywhere. We want to sugarcoat it, but it is what it is. And there's a little Muslim. There's like a little compound out here where I live. When I go to work, I pass it all the time, and they look like it's a lot of African people in there. There's like a small community, Muslims. They're Muslims. I know, as I work with Muslims for years. I've been living in Muslim countries. I work with Muslims for years. I know exactly. I can spot them from a mile away. I don't care what they wear. So they Muslims. I say hi to them all the time when I pass by. You know what I mean? And they live in their own little community with a big wall around their community, like a compound. There's another one that's like, it says like, I don't know if it says Haitian or African something over there, and it's a compound. They got some nice apartments in there. Some apartments that look just like mine, from the outside, and it has like a wall around it. I don't know. There's a big wall. Everybody has walls here. There's walls around every compound here. Everything is so secure. The gates of my house, everything. They're not afraid to build walls here. They don't. They're not United States afraid. But and they live in their communities, and I don't think it's. And I've seen some that live out here. Some people live out here in the apartment too. But those like those guys over there, or I'm sure there's families there too. They just live in that community. They go to work, come back. They live in their community. The ones in Forger kind of stick together. Everybody sticks together. That has nothing to do with racism. If you're from a community, I don't care if you're from the States. The Americans, they try to stick together because that's your community. That's who you're comfortable with. That's your culture. That's who you. It's not about it's racist. It's community. It's community. If I came here, like I'm from New York, I live in Florida. If I came here and they were like, oh, there's a group of Floridians over there that hang out, I'm most likely gonna go try to hang out with them at some point. I'm gonna feel comfortable chilling with them because we have so much commonality, that's just gonna happen. Whether they're white, black, Hispanic, Asian, it don't matter. If there's a community over there, people from New York, I'm gonna do the same thing because we probably dress the same. We have commonality. Nothing to do with racism. Again, I don't know what the situation is with those guys that those expats. It's mostly girls that are doing those videos of racism. I don't know. This one girl was talking about how she went out and let me explain something. And that she went out to a club or something, and some guys came. She was with her friends, and some guys came, and they were like, the girl was. I guess she was like, I don't know, she was half black or she was very light skinned. So I didn't know. To me, she looked Hispanic, but or mixed, half white, half black. I don't know, but you could tell that she was black and that she had black in her, and so she has the curly hair. Just if I grew my hair, it'd be curly too because I'm half. So she had the curly hair and a little bit darker than me. And the girl and the guy told her, was like, "Oh, I have a black friend," and I say, hey, my N-word, you know what I mean? Like in the rap songs, right? And she was like, that's so rude, this, that, and third, whatever. And then, he touched my hair and he was like, oh, your hair's so nice. She's like, what is it? Well, you got to understand something. You can't treat that. I'm not saying you should let him touch, that he should touch her, but you can't take what he says like you would take somebody who says that in the U.S., who know the history of all that, who are very familiar with the history of everything that they say that the U.S. has gone through with the racism, slavery, and all that stuff, and the N-word and all that. You can't do that when you go to another country. Why would you go to another country and assume? That is so selfish. That's how selfish we are as Americans. Sometimes we think everybody just knows exactly what we, what we learned or go through, whatever, because we got social media and stuff. He's learned, I guarantee you, he's learned that N-word from music. He probably loves hip hop and hears it and thinks that that's something cool. Hey man, I want to be cool, So he sees that, and I hate using people of color. I hate that term. But he sees that people of color call themselves that N-word on music and things like that in movies. Hey, my name, hey, my name, hey, my name. You know what I mean? So to him, that's something normal. That to him, it's something, okay, I guess that's what we do. Hey, cuz, it's just like, hey, cuz, yo, son. You know what I mean? Like how we do in New York, or how we did in New York. So to him, that's normal. So for him to ask that, to him, it doesn't seem bad. He doesn't know. Maybe he knows now. I'm sure she told him, but he doesn't know. So you can't, this is why I say you gotta be open-minded when you come out here. And don't be afraid to teach them. Just like they're not afraid to teach us when we do something wrong over here. Don't be afraid to tell them, hey, you can't say that, man. That's whatever. And he's gonna say like she said, he's like, oh no, but I call my friend that. Between him and his friend, they probably, I don't know, it was like, yeah, man, it's cool, they whatever. I don't know what the situation was with his friend, but he felt like, him and his friend were doing that, whatever. So he felt like he could do it again. It's not that he's a freaking born racist. Like, he's just like, he's a KKK member or something. He's obviously hitting on you. I don't know what kind of KKK member. She was saying that like it was the end of the world. Like, oh my God. There's like, yo, chill, man. It ain't, nah. It's you. It's you. You taking things the wrong way. I'm sorry. That's how it is. I'm sure there is racism. I'm sure if you listen to him, you'll hear him talking crap or whatever. But it's nothing crazy. It's not really. And I guess it all depends where you go. What city you go to. It's I don't know. I personally haven't had any crazy experience, and my wife hasn't either. You know what I mean? So, anyway, there she goes. We got to get going, man. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on social media. If you got any more questions, I'm going to do more videos. I'll see you on the next smoke.